Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping in. I'm Kim, and this is Moonlight Whispers Tarot. And this was going to be a one card pull, and it led me down a rabbit hole. So now we have 5 cards. So, but that's how the spirit works at times, and we just got to go in the direction we're being guided, and this is where we're at. All right, so the first card that we were going to talk about was the Magician reversed. Okay, that's blocked energy. Unused potential. You need to regroup. Kind of like what you would call the imposter syndrome. You acting like you got it all together, but you ain't got it all together. So, this is for Aries from 12/11 to 12/17/2025, and let's hope this isn't long. So the engine is revving, but the car is in neutral. Aries, and I've known a few of you very well, engaged to one, best friends with one, in love with another one. So I know some Aries, and they're high functioning, and their way is the right way. So let me see. Yeah, you're going to get some stuff in here that's not supposed to be there. Aries is naturally driven by Mars. You want action, speed, and results. Pulling the Magician reversed for this mid-December week suggests a frustrating disconnect between your desire to make things happen and your actual ability to manifest them right now. So we're going to get some clarity and see what we need to do. Obviously, we got a lot of clarity because it ended up 4 more cards. The Magician is the master of all tools. He holds the cups, he holds the wands, he holds the pentacles, he holds the swords. He's got all the tools. And he has the infinity mark above his head, okay? But he's reversed. His elements, will and action align. When reversed, these tools, they're scattered. You got all the ingredients for the recipe, but no idea how to cook it, or perhaps you are trying to force a result without having laid the proper groundwork. The core message here that Spirit is saying, stop pushing. If the door isn't opening, don't kick it. Check to see if it's actually locked or you're just pushing on a pull door. So we're going to break down this by area. Your internal state and mindset. What's called an imposter trap. The Magician reverse signals self-doubt. You're questioning your own competence, especially this week. You're asking yourself, do I actually know what I'm doing? The answer is yes, you know what you're doing. But your confidence right now is temporary shaken. Scattered focus. Your energy is likely all over the place. You might be starting 5 projects and finishing none. This is creating your anxiety. Advice. Pick one thing. Just one. Master that small task before moving to the next. I always told my son growing up, you cannot get to the top of the stairs without going from the bottom up. So you work your way up. You work with what you have, you do what you can do, and you go to the next step. So master the small task before moving to the next. Ground yourself in your energy. Career and finance. Could be experiencing some technical glitches. The Magician is associated with Mercury, communication. Expect tech issues, lost emails, or meetings that should have been emails. No shortcuts. There's going to be temptation this week to take the easy way out or to fudge the numbers or details to get a project across the finish line before the holidays. Don't do it. The Magician reverse warns that deception or cutting corners will be revealed later. Resource management. You may feel you lack the resources, money, time, support to do your job. This is a time to innovate with what you have rather than complaining about what you don't have. It's kind of like the Five of Cups. He's standing there and he's upset that he's got 3 cups that's spilled out. But behind him, he's got 2 cups that's filled up. So, focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Let's get a little bit into love and relationships with this card. Oh man, some mixed signals. In love, this card implies manipulation or confusion. If you are dating someone, perhaps them maybe, isn't showing their full hand, they might be presenting an illusion of who they are rather than the reality. There's a breakdown in communication. Aries is direct. Okay, of the Aries that I know, one of them was not direct, but the other ones were. The Magician reversed is obscure. You might say exactly what you mean, but it will be interpreted incorrectly. Advice for you: if a conversation feels like it's spinning in circles, step away. Revisit it when the energy clears next week. Don't be going into any drama, trauma, chaos, bullshit. Okay? Now's not the time. It's the holidays. Everybody's rushing. Do the best you can. Get through it. Don't add no more drama. So we got a shadow warning here with the Magician card. There's some manipulation going on, Aries. Be mindful of how you wield your power this week. The shadow side of the Magician reversed is the trickster. Ensure you aren't manipulating a situation just to get your way because you are impatient. Authentic action yields authentic results. Manipulation yields unstable outcome. You want to bypass that. So your strategy for the upcoming week is, let's audit your toolkit. Look at your skills and resources. Are you actually using them, or are they sitting idle while you're in a panic mode? Okay? Delay major launches. If you plan to debut something big, a project, a relationship status on Facebook, a new look, dyeing your hair, getting a perm, between the 11th and the 17th, consider waiting a few days. The energy is not conducive to a clean launch. Don't do anything, no debuts of anything, okay? You need to work on some grounding. Aries is fire energy, and he needs earth to stabilize. Spend some time outdoors, even if it's snowing. Just take a few minutes, take a mini vacation break, looking at the snow and the trees, and no dirt, no mud, it's just snow. It's beautiful. Or if you don't have snow, look out at nature, your walnut tree that's in the backyard. Engage in a physical exercise to burn off the nervousness, because you're nervous right now. Your static energy is with the reversed magician. You got static energy. So, then I had to pull a clarifying card. And the clarifying card was the Five of Wands. Then we had two jumpers. King of Wands. Reversed. No, King of Wands is up straight. Sorry, got that wrong. Five of Wands was up straight. The Hermit is reversed. And we'll get to this one last. Oh. The fact that three specific cards fell out suggests they carry an urgent message for you, Aries. That your spirit team, your intuition, refuse to keep hidden. This trio of cards right here provides context for that blocked magician energy. And here's the breakdown. Five of Wands. King of Wands. The Hermit. And how they clarify your week. The King is in the crossfire. The noise is the Five of Wands. This explains why the magician is reversed. The magician needs to focus to manifest. But the Five of Wands isn't allowing him to, the magician, Aries, to focus. It's scattered, chaotic noise. The conflict, and this is a conflict, represents you got some petty squabbles, competition, some hassles. You aren't fighting a major war this week. You are fighting 100 tiny, annoying battles. It's right before Christmas. You're trying to get work done. You're trying to get the house straightened up. You're trying to get everything for the family coming for dinner. You're trying to get through the work week. There's deadlines. Parties are going on. it's a rough week for you. But we'll get you through it. The distraction, you're being pulled in too many directions by other people's demands or drama. This external chaos is short-circuiting the magician's energy, okay? The root cause is the Hermit. Reversed. Oh, this is a vulnerable card for an Aries. While the Five of Wands is the external noise, the Hermit reversed is the internal noise. It's the internal result of loneliness disguised as withdrawal. And I'm sure a lot of people be feeling that right now. It's a hard time for a lot of people. But there's hope, okay? You'll get through it. Refusal to listen. You might be ignoring your own inner guidance because the external noise is too loud. You are out in the world too much, perhaps trying to socialize or network, when actually you need some deep, much needed deep rest. You're feeling misunderstood. This card suggests you may feel like you are surrounded by people, the Five of Wands, yet completely alone. You might feel like the black sheep, or that no one is actually hearing what you're trying to say to them, reinforcing the magician's reversed communication block. So then we're going to bring in the King of Wands. We're going to move the Hermit over here. And we're going to bring in the King. He's the solution. This is you, Aries. Okay? This is the most important card on my great-grandmother's black velvet shawl. Okay? It represents your ruling energy, your charismatic, bold, visionary, and decisive. This is you. This is Aries. Bold, energetic, decisive, Johnny on the spot, highly intelligent, high functioning, dealing with hands in many different pots, and able to actually be effective. But this week, all your hands in all those different pots is all over the place, and your brain is just like, I can't do this. The King of Wands does not bicker like the figures in the Five of Wands. He does not hide like the Hermit. He walks in the room, commands attention, and sets the agenda. Yeah, you got that power. You got that demeanor. You got that you don't care when you walk in the room if people will like you. You don't care. Because you're confident enough in your own intellect, your own wars you've battled, your own being of, they like me, fine. They don't like me, fine. I'm me. I got this. So take command. This card, this King of Wands, is a directive to stop engaging in the petty conflicts of the Five of Wands. Rise above it. A king does not argue with peasants. He makes the decisions and he moves on. So let's get a little bit into this story. The Magician reverse told you you felt blocked. And then the Jumpers explain why. The King of Wands, this King of Wands is currently caught in this petty drama, scattered focus, Five of Wands, which is making you feel isolated and disconnected from your wisdom, the reversed Hermit. You have forgotten you are royalty. You are down in the mud wrestling with details, Five of Wands, when you should be sitting on your throne, seeing the big picture. You are trying to trick or force things to work, the Magician, because you feel alone in your efforts, the Hermit. So, I'm going to give you some actionable advice for December 11th and 7th through the 17th. You're a king. You have king energy. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. The King of Wands doesn't over-explain. If there is a misunderstanding with this Magician that's reversed, or a conflict in the Five of Wands, you state your truth once clearly, then you disengage. Do not get dragged into the debate. Reconnect on fixing this Hermit that's withdrawn. The Hermit is reversed, and it suggests you are lonely in a crowd. Hey, you got King of Wands energy. No. You're not lonely in a crowd. Remember who you are. You find one person who actually gets you. Just one. A mentor. A best friend, a partner. And have a real conversation. Stop performing for the crowd. Delegate this chaos that's going on, that you're trying to do it all. The King of Wands is a leader. He's not a soldier. And there are many small tasks created by the Five of Wands. Chaos. Delegate them or delete them. Focus only on king-size tasks. You're Aries. You're the king. You command attention. Here's a little saying. I rise above the noise. I do not engage in petty battles. I trust my vision and lead with authority. That's your mantra for the week. Write it down. I rise above the noise. I do not engage in petty battles. I trust my vision and lead with authority. All right. The next step you need to take. Yeah, like I said, I went down a rabbit hole. It was only supposed to be one card. That's not how it worked out. That's not what tarot told me to do. That's not what the spirits told me to do. And I followed the spirits. I followed the ancestors. And here we got the Knight of Swords. And let me tell you about the Knight of Swords. What's he doing? He is charging forward. His horse is top speed. He's got his sword up. His scarves are blowing in the wind. He's cutting through it. He's charging. So cut the cord and charge forward. This is the perfect card to answer, what do I do now? The Knight of Swords is the card of swift, decisive, intellectual action. It is the fastest card in the deck. If the King of Wands is the attitude you need, regal and confident, the Knight of Swords is the action you need, to get you to where you got to go. And how do you execute this energy? Radical decisiveness. The Magician reversed was causing you to doubt your tools. The Five of Wands was distracting you with noise. The Knight of Swords says, stop thinking, stop debating, go. Just go. Do what needs to be done. You have likely been overanalyzing a specific choice. Yeah, you probably have been. Now it's time to weigh the pros and cons. And get over with that. Weigh the pros and cons. Get over it. Just go. Make the decision today, Thursday the 11th. Even if it's 80% correct, moving forward is better than standing still in the chaos, okay? The swift cut, severing the chaos. Let's sever the chaos. Swords. And you got the Knight of Swords. They're represented by the element of air and intellect. The Knight uses his sword to cut through the fog. Look at the petty conflicts in the Five of Wands, or the confusing miscommunication from the reverse magician. Cut them off. Send that email that defines the boundaries. Send the text. Make the phone call. Do what you got to do. Unsubscribe from the noise. Tell the person causing the drama, I'm not discussing this further. Excuse me. We're done. Be blunt. Honey, you command attention. Be the king you are. This is not the time to use flowery language. Be very precise. Be logical and brief. Just cut through the chase. You lead with logic and not emotion. The Five of Wands is an emotional, ego-driven heat card. The Knight of Swords is cold air coming in. Remove your feelings from the equation for the next 24 hours. This is what Spirit's telling me. This is what it's saying. Look at the facts. If you feel that imposter syndrome, reverse magician, use facts to fight it. Look at your record. Look at your resume. Look at your track record. Look what you've done. Look what you've accomplished. The facts say you are capable. Only your feelings say you aren't. You trust the facts, not the feelings. Use your logic. You're the King of Wands. But there's a warning. The Knight of Swords can sometimes be too sharp. Since you had this Magician reversed, you might be prone to misunderstandings. Be careful that your directness doesn't cross the line into cruelty. You want to be sharp like a surgeon's scalpel. Healing, not a broad sword stroke. You don't want that. That's destructive. You're done waiting. The energy has shifted from stuck to supersonic now. Your mission: identify the one decision holding up the flow. Make the call and don't look back. And here's another affirmation. Write this down. This is the Knight of Swords affirmation. My mind is the sword of clarity. I act now with speed and precision, and I cut through all noise and hesitation to define my path. Repeat it 3 times, starting any task that requires focus or conflict resolution. My mind is the sword of clarity. I act now with speed and precision, and I cut through all noise and hesitation to define my path. Use it anytime you feel the pull of the chaos from the Five of Wands or the reversed Magician who's making you doubt yourself. Channel that inner Aries and let this Knight charge. And that's our reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like, subscribe, make a comment, and I'm going to do Taurus next. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me.